What's going on, y'all? 75 Junction, it's your boy Sherm. I'm here with a very special guest today. Today we got Vesta in the building. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling healthy.
Healthy, excellent. Especially with all the stuff going on. That's good. That's good to hear. So, for those who don't know, you can please just introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, what you do.
My name is Vesta. I'm a singer-songwriter. That's about it. I guess I kind of dabble into a little. Lately, I've been dabbling into a little acting.
Oh, okay.
But that's it.
I got you. Now that acting, because you just recently did a music video for your song Twice. So is that acting because of the music video, like that kind of inspired, or what?
No,
Okay.
I think actually, I'm kind of disappointed in my acting in the Twice video. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
I have auditioned for things, but Twice, I don't know. I think it was a very long shoot. And by the time things started wrapping up, I was just like,
You're over it.
yeah. I just want to get it out the way. A lot of people who don't shoot music videos don't notice the flaws anyway. So it's just like,
That's
right.
no, facts. That's true. That is true. Because I was working with my boy Chino, and we were doing music videos and stuff like that. At a point in time, I'll do the editing, he'd do the recording and stuff. But I would want to be there as an editor, so I'd be like, okay, make sure you get this type of shot or whatever. Because I would be piecing together ideas for the video while it was going on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely understand that. But at least you're your own critic. You know what I'm saying? At least you're able to be like, okay, well, and sometimes it's a bad thing, but if you have it in moderation to kind of keep yourself in check, that's definitely a good thing to have. So
I don't have a balance yet.
I got you.
I'm either really hard on myself or I'm not.
I got you. Yeah, it's hard to find the balance, but once you find it, that's gonna be great. Not that it's not great already, but it's gonna be even more great. So yeah, definitely. So how long you been singing for?
I want to say I didn't actually start singing seriously until freshman year of high school. I had been writing since I was about 10.
Okay.
Just to do something. Kids just pick up things to do.
Right.
And I would just write these songs and I would perform them to my stepmom all the time. And she's like, oh, they're so good. And you should really think about actually doing the talent show or doing this. And it's just like, nah, I don't really like attention like that. I like attention, but I don't like that type of attention. I don't like too much attention.
Right.
So, I think when I was 10, I lived in Virginia, but I moved to California. I completely just stopped writing. And then when I came back to Virginia and I started high school, I met my friend Elijah, and he gave me a microphone, and we just started making music like every day, all the time, like just knocking songs out. And then it was kind of a love-hate relationship at that point where I would just stop playing. I said playing. Stop writing, stop singing, all that, and then I'll get back into it. I'm like, I hate it. I love it, So, yeah.
I got you. Do you still battle with that conflict to this day, like as far as like whether or not you like it or hate it? I mean, everything has its ups and downs naturally, but do you still deal with that today?
Yes. I want to say less intensely, because before it was coming from an emotional point, like, oh, I'm not good enough, whatever. Now it's kind of like, am I really passionate about it, or do I just want to be in the music industry in general?
Yeah.
So there will be times where I'm like super inspired. I can write easily anytime, just whenever. But when it comes to recording, that's like the hardest part for me because I'm very specific about recording. So that's where my doubts come in sometimes. But I don't think I'll ever not make music. I just think that it's not something I'm extremely passionate about.
I got you. So how long roughly does it take you to record a clip that you're comfortable with, or a song that you're comfortable with?
It depends, because if I'm in a studio in LA, I can record it in like an hour. But if I'm here and I'm recording myself, I don't really know like how to engineer myself and stuff.
Got you.
So I probably wouldn't even finish a song while I'm here. When I was recording myself and I was kind of just like not really understanding how to make music sonically pleasing.
Right.
I could knock out a song quick. But now I'm just like, oh, that doesn't sound right, So it depends.
I got you. So you kind of had to, I mean, and naturally just singing over time, you kind of train your ear to know what to pick up on, what to listen for, what, to do with your voice specifically to make something sound a specific way. So do you feel like you kind of learned how to be an engineer in a sense too, as far as like how you use your voice to properly convey what you're trying to make as far as sounds and music are concerned to make it sonically pleasing?
I think it's subconscious. Like, I don't know that I have an ear, but I've heard from other people that I have an ear. And I can't say that I know what I'm listening for, but I know what I don't want to hear. So I guess I do know what I'm listening for. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how my ear works. I don't. I just know the basic stuff, like, oh, there's a sound in the background, or my voice cracked or some shit. Like, that's all I know.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. So did you ever go to any like singing classes or anything like that to help train your voice? Or did you are you self-taught for the most part?
Self-taught is such like a vague thing. I don't know why people always ask me to teach them how to sing. I'm like, I just did it. But I really do want to take vocal lessons. And every time I speak on it, somebody tries to combat me like I'm saying that I can't sing. But no, you can just always get better. Like, why?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to take vocal lessons, but they're also hella expensive.
Right.
So one day.
Okay, cool. So something to look forward to, definitely. Especially making music, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you can always get better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the vocal training works specifically, but I don't know if it helps you reach different octaves or what, you know? So
I don't know. I think it's more breath control.
Breath control. Okay, got you. Right. Yeah. So that way you're not, running out of breath after like trying to keep a high note for too long or something like that.
I mean, you hit notes better when you know how to breathe. And I mean, I've gotten a little better than where I was, but I need those lessons.
I got you. That makes sense. Now, when you talk about writing music and your process, what's that like? So, how long does it take you to write a song? How often do you write something and you're like, you know what, nah, this isn't good enough, and then completely scrap it?
Not often do I scrap songs. A lot of times I will start songs and I'll get a really strong beginning and then I don't know where to take it from there. I got you. So I just kind of hold them off in the vault and then I'll start something new and do the same thing. And it's just over and over. If I don't finish a song in one sitting, it probably isn't going to be out. Like Faces, I wrote that probably in like an hour and I was sitting on my grandma's porch. It was raining outside. I was like, this is a vibe. So I wrote that. I wrote everything but the hook. And that's where Boris came into play. But yeah, if I don't write it all together, it's not gonna come out. Or I'll send it to somebody else to help me, and most of the times they'll just like fall off the map or something. So I'm like, okay, y'all,
I got you.
Y'all niggas ain't shit, but all right.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, when you're writing, you know what I'm saying, you said if you don't do it on one sitting, you typically don't make it a song. Do you ever revisit them and be like, oh, I can actually use this specific line, or I can use this, rhyme scheme or whatever with this next song I'm doing? Yeah. Do you ever like take stuff from different songs you maybe didn't complete? Yeah. Actually,
I think I did that with Twice. A lot of people know that I was in like a really bad contract. So a lot of the songs that I started when I was in that contract, I just took pieces from that and slapped it on Twice. Besides the hook was new, but everything else, I was just like, well, I'm gonna take this from here, right, and a masterpiece. And that was just it. Yeah. So yeah, I do that often actually, because a lot of songs. But if I were to ever release the songs that I took those lyrics from, I'm still keeping those lyrics on there. Okay. Because nothing wrong with that. Fuck it. Right.
I got you. Now let's talk about that contract a little bit. For those who may not know, what specifically happened with the contract? Who is it with? If you want to divulge that information, of course.
I don't even know if I tell you who it's with. Would anybody know him? So that says a lot. I don't want to use the excuse that I was young, but I was definitely young-minded at the time. I didn't know too much about the music industry. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of it. So he was managing one of my other friends, and he seemed to be well off. So I was like, shit, I guess I trust him too. Signed the contract, whatever. At first, it wasn't too bad. I want to say a couple months in, I had dropped Purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose did okay, but I didn't even think to consult my manager before I dropped it. I just dropped it on SoundCloud.
Right.
And then he was like, okay, well, you need to send me those stems, and then I'll have it remixed, and you can put it on Apple Music, whatever. Okay, so I did that. Hated that mix. So now I don't ever listen to that song. I don't listen to any of my music anymore. Don't ever listen to that song. I didn't know that any song that I had dropped even prior to that contract belonged to him. Right. So I was just in a really shitty position where it was like, I can't really drop anything that I like because I have to send the stems to him and he has to distribute it. Right. Because I think I was in a management and distribution contract.
For so how many songs was it for?
Oh God, I think it was like for like 2 albums or something like that.
2 albums, okay.
But I think the contract was only supposed to last a year, which is how I ended up getting out of it. Well, not completely how I ended up, but so it was just a lot of him having control over my music. And then like when I had flown out to LA for the first time, he had me in studios and stuff. And of course I was excited, but it was like they were forcing this genre down my throat that I didn't want. So I was making a lot of pop music.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So I don't own any of those songs either. Trying to think what else. Came back home. I think eventually, I want to say maybe a year later, I moved out to LA to be closer to him because he acted like, me being in Virginia was kind of a barrier. So I went out there, and then I want to say for like almost a month while I was out there, he completely ghosted me. And I'm like, bro, like I cannot survive out here on my own.
Right.
So he didn't get me into the studio, anything, like wasn't really contributing to my career at all. Wasn't pushing me to labels, anything like that. So I let my followers know what was going on. And I had tweeted a thread about it, which is how I met my new manager who got me out of that contract in legal ways.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of tried to ghost the internet. Like I was like, all right, I'm going to unfollow everybody on Instagram, which probably, I mean, it hurt people's feelings for whatever reason, the social media era. Unfollowed everybody on Instagram, deleted all my shit. I blocked my old manager on everything. I stopped tweeting. I blocked him on Twitter. I blocked him everywhere. Like I just stopped. And I wanted him to feel like, oh, she's inactive, or she's not putting her foot forward anymore, then we can terminate the contract because she's not doing anything.
Right.
So that didn't work. Can't really remember what happened after that. I know like the legal stuff happened and whatever. Then he like disappeared. And then when I dropped twice, he emailed me and was like, you have 48 hours to delete the song or it's coming down. I was like, sir, my lawyer is going to have a field day with that. Like, you're crazy. Oh my God. It was just a big mess. Just long story short, he was a scare. I found out that he's a con artist. He has a couple of cases, like unfinished business that he has to attend to. The artist who had introduced me to him, who was my friend, he doesn't get along with him. I don't even think he will let him out of the contract. So this guy, he sucks ass. Right.
So, I mean, in retrospect, do you feel like reading the contract, I don't know if you did read it or not, but do you feel like reading the contract and the fine details, do you feel like that would have prevented a lot of those issues?
So I read it.
Okay.
I was not, the way that contracts are worded is just weird.
It feels like you're just reading a bunch of words sometimes.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, y'all trying to confuse me, so I'm just go ahead and sign this shit. I mean, I didn't really know too much about it. I didn't have a lawyer, didn't have the money for a lawyer.
Right.
So when I got this new contract, though, I think we revised it 2 or 3 times. So it went from like a thick stack to like 4 pages. I was like, yeah. I had a lawyer look over that. I read it a couple times. I talked to my manager about what I felt I didn't understand. Right. Like, I just really was on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, naturally, after going through what you went through, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that caused a lot of hardship for you as well. So, I mean, because LA is expensive. I mean, expensive
LA's a
probably
different type of expensive.
Yeah, no, legit. Like, it's ridiculous. So, kudos to you for even taking that big of a leap, because that's crazy. I couldn't have done that. I'd have been like, nah, I'm good.
Dude, not to mention, I had no idea where I was gonna live. I just got on the plane. I was like, I'm out.
Damn.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, hey, you're here now, so it's all good. At least all that stuff is behind you now. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, you're able to have a clear mind, know that you have good management now, know that you have, a good contract and all those things. So, hey, sky's the limit from here. So, speaking of contracts, speaking of albums, do you have anything in the works right now as far as albums are concerned?
I want to say yes and no. I've kind of been recording stuff sporadically, writing a lot, but again, my recording is just my recording ethic is not there. I have some songs that I could just slap together like an EP and just be like, here y'all go. Right. But I think I'm a conceptual project type of person.
I got you.
I don't want to just drop like a project full of songs that I just randomized. Right. So I don't know yet.
Okay. So you're in the process of developing a theme or direction that you want to go with the album. Then you'll start putting something together. Okay. Makes sense. I mean, everybody has their planning phases, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with that. Take your time. At least, at the end of the day, it's going to be a quality project. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's rushed. It's not something that, here's some songs just to put them out. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it helps build anticipation. You got a good following. So people always...
I don't know. I think people are going to get tired of me building.
You think so?
Because it's like, I'll get like that burst of inspiration. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drop something. I'm like, I don't know.
I got you.
Maybe not. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, you could be like The Weeknd. People don't know too much about you. You know what I'm saying? You drop stuff every once in a while. I don't know, because at one point I thought The Weeknd didn't even exist. Like, he was just some silhouette.
I was gonna say like
you know what I'm saying? Right, you're like a ghost or something. Like, you never really knew who he was. You just like, oh yeah, he just makes good music. You know what I'm saying? So you follow him on Twitter, whatever. But yeah, that's dope. So how often do you get approached by people to do a feature or to do some vocals or anything like that?
A lot. I mean, it's less now because I stopped like advertising myself as a singer, I guess. Yeah. But for example, yesterday I tweeted, "Oh, I'm ready to make some quarantine music." Why did somebody send me my tweet and say, "Send me something"? And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like an open verse or like something I can get on. What?
Like for free?
What kind of reverse inquiry is that? Like, right. I'm not doing that. I didn't ask for that. So there'll be times that people ask me to feature, and I'm 100% open to doing that, but then they'll send me songs that are like mid, and I'm like, right. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, I mean, you have to be selective with, because it's your name. At the end of the day, it's tied to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you have to be selective with it.
And it's already bad enough. Like, being a local artist, everybody is like, there's like this divide where people are like, you should charge for features, and then it's like, you're local, you shouldn't charge for features. But it's like, I don't know where to go with that. Yeah. And I don't mind doing anything for free or anything like that, because, but there have been times where people have paid me for features and I've done them, but I hate them. Or like, first of all, if anybody has paid me for a feature and I've done it, I probably needed that money, because
I got you.
It just be like that. And there's some people that have paid me for features and I just never got around to the song because I had such like a mass volume of emails. And it's just, I feel so bad. I feel like some people think I'm scamming or some shit. But it's never that. I don't forget. I'm very self-aware. I'm easily guilted.
I got you.
So, yeah. But not so much anymore.
Okay.
Like here and there, but.
I got you. So, and you have a very good following, especially on Twitter. Like, you post something and just people just jumping for it. So, I mean, hey. No. More proud to you. I can't get with Twitter. I don't know how the whole algorithm works. I just be up there talking to myself sometimes. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take a step back from this and stick to my realm, which is Facebook. So if you're trying to find me, just follow me on Facebook. But nah. So with your following, where do you attest most of your following to? Like, just based off the strength that you can sing well, or people just generally rock with you? Like, where did your following come from, in your opinion?
Dude, people hate me.
What?
I don't know why, but like a lot of people. a lot of people unfollow me, actually. I think I got a lot of my followers from posting singing videos. But I originally created my Twitter because I'm just a funny ass nigga. Like, I just be... I like Twitter for jokes.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the people who followed me for music are like, ew, I hate her humor, and then they unfollow me. So I'm like, oh, damn. Like, I can't be a good person and a singer. Like,
No,
so,
I got you.
I don't know.
It's all good. Everybody has their opinions and all this other stuff and how they feel about stuff. But at the end of the day, at least you're genuine. You know what I'm saying? You say true to yourself. Though.
I don't like for people. I have like a really hard time grasping that people have different perceptions of me. Like, I want everybody to know and think that I'm a good person. Because I'm not evil or anything. I wouldn't like hurt anybody on purpose.
Sounds like something an evil person would say. No, I'm playing.
I really would I don't know. People.
I got you.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just really kind-hearted, but I have like a tough outer shell.
No, I got you.
I know, like, there's people that I've become friends with later on that are like, oh, I was kind of like scared to talk to you because of how you act on Twitter. Like, girl, I'm just playing. Like, I'm not gonna fight nobody or nothing like that.
People be taking jokes too seriously sometimes.
To the max. I'm like, God.
Yeah. And it'll be something that's like obviously said to her, and they'll just be like, bro, like, you really think that? I'm like, no, bro, it's a joke.
You really
like,
think like this?
No, it's a fucking joke.
Kind of.
No, low-key. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, everybody, like I said, they have their own opinions, their own perceptions, stuff like that. But it is what it is at the end of the day. So who would you say your biggest support group is?
Support group, like area?
No, I just like what what nah, what motivates you? What, you know, who inspires you the most to keep doing music and to keep elevating to new levels and things like that?
I think everyone who's making music locally. It's like, I mean, it seems like there was like a pause in the local music scene for a while, but people like Vaughn Sensei and 3 Days, obviously, Breeze Park, and, you know, the list can go on. But it's just like, every time you hear people that are like your neighbors making music, you're like, damn, I want to be a part of that. So I think just being around people who are as motivated as they are helps me stay motivated.
Right.
But at the same time, it can get a little demotivating, you know, like, man, before Boris dropped his EP, I was listening to that all the time. Like, he obviously sent all his friends like his unreleased stuff. So I was listening to it all the time, and I'm like, damn, I really can't make music. Like, this thing is crazy. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I know this nigga. Like, we can be great together. Right. You know?
I got you.
So, yeah, it's just being around people.
Okay. That's dope. Yeah. And like you said, it can't be a double-edged blade in the sense that it's motivating, but it's also demotivating because it's like, damn, you know, they're doing so much better than I'm doing, or, you know, you start to compare things a lot.
Like, I can't keep up. It's just like,
yeah, you start to compare things a lot. And I feel like that's probably the worst thing that can come out of it. But, you know, once you come back down, you realize, okay, everybody's timeline is different. Where everybody's at is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own sound, especially with music. You know, everybody has their own sound and times. You know, timing is very important when it comes to music, in my opinion.
And I've just witnessed, like, even when you feel like something that you've made isn't up to par with, like, the local scene, they uplift you like it is.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of people who have a lot to say about, like, oh, Virginia doesn't support Virginia. That's false. I feel like as far as getting, like, support and stuff, it's not even that you have to show it to get it. It's just networking and being a genuine person in general. Like, I don't have to like your music to support you. I like you. You know what I mean? And I think that's what a lot of people are forgetting. Like, it's not about people not liking your music. It's about who you are.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's a dope little philosophy. Okay. Well, what advice would you give to somebody that would like to start singing or get involved in the music industry?
Make
it impactful.
Oh, I don't know. Definitely read your contracts. I don't know. Be patient with yourself.
Okay.
Be mindful of your breathing.
That's important.
It definitely helps. Like,
yeah.
just, I don't know. Be self-aware. Be aware of how you treat people and how you treat yourself, because that'll make a difference on your mindset and how your work ethic goes. I don't really know, though. Like, off the top, I can't think of any advice because I'm still learning.
I got you.
So
no, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want to tell somebody something when you yourself don't have it figured out. Is that kind of your mindset on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We all floating through life trying to figure out what's going on. So
floating, sinking.
Sinking. Yeah. In some cases, sinking, especially with everything going on nowadays, it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, okay, I feel that. So just be true to yourself for the most part. Be genuine, and then I think my biggest thing is to just do it, because a lot of people will psych themselves out, or they tell themselves they're not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good one though. Like, just stop holding yourself back because of your fear of the unknown. Like, for a while, I was like, you know what? I'm a singer, but I'm not an entertainer. I always tell people that. And it still scares me to think about getting on stage and trying to perform for people. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, what would happen if I sold out the Norva or something? Like, how would I walk on stage? How would I talk to the audience? Like, stuff like that. Don't even consider that. Like, just let everything run organically.
Right. Okay. That's dope. So do you plan on trying to do that?
No.
No?
Not at all. No. Not until... I don't think I want to perform anymore until I gain a little more traction, like, internationally. Because performing in Virginia is fun, but it's like every show I see the same people, same faces. And all these people, they'll post it on their stories, sure, but we're all following each other. We all know.
So you feel like the network only extends but so far.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm not too interested in performing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any music artists that inspired you, or that inspired your sound or anything like that? Any artists you look up to?
I am very inspired. I want to say I'm inspired by Solange, big time. I love Solange, all things Solange, but I'm not influenced by Solange, obviously. I don't think, even with the simplicity of her music, I don't think I can match. I don't know, like, her music is next level to me.
Yeah.
So I am inspired by Solange. I want to say there aren't too many people I'm really inspired by.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Recently I've been hella inspired by Lil Nas X.
Oh, for real?
And that sounds nuts, but I really, like, he's so cool. He's such a cool person.
Yeah.
And I think it's because when he blew up, he kept his internet personality.
Yeah.
And
legit.
I feel like you have to have thick skin to have the type of internet personality he has.
Yeah, and especially with, him coming out as gay, you know what I'm saying? People having all the issues with that and stuff, like it was a crime, you know what I'm saying? So obviously you have to have even thicker skin now, because now you're dealing with, judgment and persecution from, just random, MAGA people or whoever the case may be. I'm not saying all MAGA people like that, but just for the sake of example.
I don't know if our, like, generation is that hard to come out to anymore. I mean, there's obviously, like, I mean, like, the people, our generation is on Twitter right now, like, heavy. So if it did backfire on him at all, I think it would only be from men.
No, definitely.
Only be from men.
That's it.
Maybe some women who grew up in a homophobic household, but other than that, I feel like we're pretty accepting as a generation.
No, absolutely. It's more so the boomers, the ones before that, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously that's some mindset that's taught and that's, passed down, you know what I'm saying? So our generation definitely more accepting of pretty much everything, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. So, moving forward, where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years with your music, with your career?
5 years is a lot of years.
It'll go by quick, though.
Whew. I want to say, when I think about myself in 5 years, I don't not see music, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I'm a very family oriented person. I'm thinking about having kids. I'm thinking about having a house. I'm obsessed with building my credit. I want to go to school for something.
Okay.
I want to be good at multiple things.
I got you.
So because music, I don't want to say it's not a priority, but it's not like a top priority. I don't know. I can definitely see myself having more support, maybe have found my sound a little more, more videos, whatever. But I don't know as far as like my status. I don't know.
Okay. No wrong with that. At least you have an idea, you know what I'm saying, of where you want to go, what you want to have, and things like that. And you can set up kind of a roadmap to get to that point,
Right.
or what you feel you need to do to get to that point. Obviously, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, but we can still plan for it, you know, and try our best.
You know what I'm saying? You might not survive it. So.
Yeah, that's true. There is that. That's for sure. There's that pandemic thing going on. So, and at least you're open with the fact that, you know, music isn't like 100% priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you know, and you're honest with yourself about it. You know what I'm saying? You're honest with the people about it, because sometimes people feel like musicians are like 100% music all the time, and I feel like that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
I hate it. I speak on that so much. Like, people forgetting that artists are actually human beings.
Yeah.
Like, we don't literally wake up and record. Like, we actually have to live life to make this music.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time separating the artist from the person. You know what I'm saying? And then get unrealistic with demands, you know, expectations. You know, that's my biggest thing. I hate when people put expectations on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna do good work at the end of the day, but just having expectations lingering over my head, I'm just like, I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing this to please nobody. It's more so for me, depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, do you feel like that happens with you a lot, with, you know, people that are looking for your music? Like, do you feel like people kind of pressure you to put stuff out, or how does your relationship with your fans and your friends and stuff like that work?
I feel like people pressure me to get stuff done, like not so much put stuff out. I hear it a lot, but I don't feel pressured by that. I feel more pressured when I'm in the studio and people are like, you need to finish this, you have to get this done, and I'm like, I can't just force it out. You can tell when somebody just like is recording by like reading the lyrics on their phone.
Right.
So with recording, I feel a lot of pressure, and there have been times where people have come to me like, you can't be so picky about your sound, like you have to just put stuff out and do this and do that, and I'm like, that's not up to you. Right. You know, and you may be the type of artist where you can put things out and be satisfied with it, but I'm a put stuff out and delete it ass artist. Like, if I don't like it, I'm gonna delete it eventually.
I got you.
And I hate to be like that. My manager hates it, but it's like, I can't just let things go. I think about it all the time. Like, there's some songs I have out, and I'm always telling my manager, like, do you think we can do this to get it off the internet, or like this and this? And he's like, you need to let it go. And I'm like, don't tell me to let it go. Like, you don't know how it feels to be an artist and not be satisfied with your stuff. So I think the expectations are hard, because it's like, you either meet their expectations and be unfulfilled, or you don't, and then everybody stops supporting you.
Yeah. I got you. It's a hard balancing act to keep up. Interesting. So, would you say you're a perfectionist?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a perfectionist to a flaw almost.
It is a flaw.
It is a flaw.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I make sure, because some people, they're like, yeah, I'm a perfectionist, but they're like, but it's fine though. It's one of my best traits. I'm like,
nah.
Yeah, it can be, like, but it can also be a crutch, because it can prevent you from progressing, prevent you from putting things out. It can prevent you from being satisfied, and that's the biggest thing, is just like you said, the satisfaction, being satisfied with what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to find that middle ground where you're like, could it be better? Possibly, yes, but is it, you know, conducive to meeting deadlines, and conducive to whatever the case may be, to make a good project? And if it's not, then you're gonna have to find some kind of compromise. You know what I'm saying? But trying to find that balance is very difficult, as you know. So I struggled with it before, but I think I've kind of found the balance. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure things out myself, but but yeah, so that's all I got. I think we covered quite a bit. Unless you have anything that you want to add on a concluding note.
No, I'm good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So where can people find you at as far as social media is concerned?
Oh, damn. You got me. You got me. Look, I'm trying to change my @ name on Instagram right now.
Oh, really?
I used to be @I'mVesta. Now it's @I'm.Vesta, which sucks, but I deleted my old Instagram, so I can't get it back. So yeah, @I'm.Vesta on Instagram. I'm @I'mVesta on Twitter. That's it. That's all y'all need to know.
Okay.
So, that's all you need to know.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Facebook is for my family, you know what I'm saying?
No, I got you. And where can people find your music at specifically? Is it all streaming platforms?
All streaming platforms, I believe. I believe it's on all streaming platforms. I have different songs on my SoundCloud than I have on streaming. A couple different songs.
So direct me your SoundCloud over.
So my SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/I'mVesta. Yeah, it might be kind of hard to find me on Apple Music too, because my name gets mixed up with other people's, but it's Vesta. If you type in Faces by Vesta or Twice by Vesta, Purpose by Vesta, it's up there.
Okay. I got you. Well, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit down and interview with you. You know, I appreciate it, definitely.
I appreciate the opportunity to speak, you know, because some people don't want to hear your side. So
Right. No, I got you. I'm glad you were able to you know, get your side off, you know, because it's very important for artists to have a platform, to have a voice, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're able to do that is speaking volumes in and of itself. So definitely. But all right, y'all, make sure y'all go ahead and check out Vesta. Make sure y'all run her streams up on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out her music video for Twice. It's out now on all platforms. So Spotify, Apple, Google, all that good stuff.
Yep, all that good
Perfect. Spotify. I said Spotify, right?
You said Spotify.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Y'all cover all the bases. But nah, appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. 75 Junction out.